The cameras are set, the digital recorders ready, and energy detectors are finely tuned. Now, it's time to catch a ghost. London has been called the most haunted city in all of Europe. It almost seems the ghosts here have burrowed into every nook and cranny the city has to offer. So it's no surprise these spirits are reported to haunt another of its famous venues. The Theatre Royal Drury Lane has been an icon of the London stage since 1663. But be warned, if you come to see a show, the price of admission may include some frightening company.
Drury Lane is alleged to be the most haunted theatre in London. Now, when you've got something with 350 years of history, there's bound to be an imprint of some sort from their performances and just their personalities being in the building on the very brickwork.
The theatre is legendary for its harrowing ghosts. Actors have told tales of invisible hands pushing them on stage, sudden kicks after a bad performance, and dressing rooms that suddenly turn cold.
There are some genuinely strange things that people have said and recorded, which it's very difficult to explain.
But a team of investigators believe there is an explanation. The Ghost Finders Paranormal Society has come to Drury Lane to unlock the truth behind this haunted theater. And whatever you do, don't call them Ghostbusters. This team has been investigating poltergeists all over Britain for more than 5 years.
We are ghost hunters. What we're doing is trying to obtain real evidence that ghosts do or do not exist and find explanations, logical explanations for certain paranormal activity. I mean, this has got so much history to it anyway. I think we can concentrate on maybe 3 or 4 of those key areas that we've identified.
But this operation is no Scooby-Doo cartoon. The team uses the latest technology in their attempts to contact the dead, looking for real evidence of the supernatural world.
We use lots of different paranormal equipment, such as digital voice recorders, EMF detectors, to try and measure the electromagnetic field in a location. We also use non-contact laser thermometers. Paranormal experts believe that when there are cold spots, when people experience these cold spots, that could be a sign that ghosts are present. So we use that device to try and monitor that.
The investigation will begin by trying to contact one of the theater's most famous ghosts, a mysterious spirit who haunts the balcony called the Man in Grey.
He's called the Man in Grey because every time he's been seen, which has been on a number of occasions, he's been wearing a long grey riding cloak and a tricorn hat, like traditional 17th century dress.
The identity of the Man in Grey is unknown, but he may be connected to a terrible crime. In the 1840s, bones and a dagger were found hidden in a wall near the upper balcony during a renovation of the theater. The question is, was the Man in Grey the perpetrator or victim?
I don't think he interacts with people, although it's been said that if he's been seen on the opening night...
Yeah, the show is meant to be a good one. A good show. It's meant to be successful.
So we've got to see what we pick up there, and it might mean we can't communicate with him. It's not very active there, so we'll just move on to another area because there is so much here to investigate. So should we get started?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay.
The team heads to the upper balcony, where actors and audience members claim to have seen the Man in Grey for decades. Barry will speak to the spirits as the other team members record any signs of activity.
Steve, you can be filming on a full spectrum camera. T, you're going to be monitoring for changes in EMF. And there we have, look, guys.
K2's fine. Brilliant.
The K2 meter's going off.
The K2 detector is a device that monitors electromagnetic field energy. These sudden spikes and changes in energy could be an indicator that a ghost is present.
I'm calling upon any spirit persons that might be here. The Man in Grey, if you're here with us now, if you can hear my voice and see us, please can you come forward and give me a sign of your presence? Anything in?
Yeah, just getting spikes on here.
this way up to about 2.5 and back down again.
What, random?
Yeah, just...
Barry speaks out to convince the spirit to make himself known.
Don't be afraid to communicate with us. We mean you absolutely no harm. Tell us your story. Tell us why you're here. Are you guilty? Are you remorseful?
Flashed.
Okay.
Remorseful.
There you go. It's gone again.
Yeah, that's positive.
We've got a positive answer there.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that.
Barry decides to attempt an even more personal connection with this ghost. He comes up with an idea to allow the spirit to absorb his energy.
Can you move an object in this room? Have you got enough energy to do that? If you don't have enough energy, I'm giving you my permission to use my energy now. You can take some of my energy and manifest yourself. I'm feeling kind of different. When I specifically said, can you use my energy to try and manifest yourself or give us some kind of definitive sign of your presence, I immediately became overwhelmed with a pins and needles sensation.
Are you touching Barry?
Can you take it off me, please? Okay, that's enough now. I don't feel well.
We're not here to harm you, so there's no need to have a go at us.
The spirit takes Barry by surprise, draining much more energy than he anticipated. He starts to get sick and quickly realizes this experiment could be more than he bargained for.
I think that the experience that I had on the upper stalls area with the man in grey, that is very rare. It's only ever happened to me twice now, and the first time was about 10 years ago. It's amazing because the sensation's exactly the same.
It's right here.
It's 22 degrees.
Barry's one-on-one with the spirit world leaves this seasoned ghost hunter near the point of collapse.
I felt sick. I couldn't actually stand anymore. At one point, I think I did collapse.
London's theatre Royal Drury Lane is one of the most famous stages in the world. But much of that fame comes from its chilling reputation for hauntings. And when ghost hunter Barry Guy gets personal with one of these restless spirits, the result nearly ends his investigation.
It was a risk I was willing to take at the time. And, you know, in hindsight, I shouldn't have done it. It really did make me feel quite bad.
Barry recovers from the experience, although the team agrees they should leave this ghost alone. But their investigation isn't over, because the man in grey isn't the only spirit to haunt Drury Lane. The stage area is well known for another ghost who refuses to leave this theatre, Joseph Grimaldi.
It was Joseph Grimaldi who was the first physical comedian to actually put on the white face makeup with red highlights. So the traditional clown makeup was founded by Joseph Grimaldi. He was an extremely physical comedian. He actually worked himself to death.
Grimaldi had spent many years performing at the Royal Theatre Drury Lane, but he died at age 58 from a body ravaged by his intense brand of physical comedy. It's said his ghost pokes and prods actors he believes aren't working hard enough.
I think it'd be better if we position ourselves all around.
So the team hopes to taunt his spirit into one final performance.
We're calling on Mr. Grimaldi, Mr. Joseph Grimaldi. Are you here with us? Could you give us some sort of reaction, some sort of response that you're here?
Joseph, can you come forward? Entertain me. I'm waiting in the audience for your final performance.
They think Barry's last question has triggered an electronic voice phenomenon, or EVP.
Oh, we've got an EVP.
I don't know what it is, though.
Hold on, play again. Go back. No, back further. You missed it. There's definitely a spoken word of breath of some kind.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like it's one of us or crew.
After the investigation, the ghost finders closely scrutinize the digital audio recordings from the stage. The results lead them to believe they did indeed make contact with a spirit. A distinct phrase can be heard immediately after Barry asks a question.
on, Joseph. I'm waiting in the audience for your final performance.
Is this the voice of Joseph Grimaldi? Barry also believes they may have captured an image of the man in gray. A photograph taken in the upper balcony reveals a strange shape in one of the seats. They've confirmed the anomaly is not a flash, and it's not a lens flare. The team agrees the audio and photograph are among the best they've ever collected. They can't confirm they've captured specific proof of Joseph Grimaldi or the man in gray, but it's clear this theater's reputation for ghosts is well-deserved.
As a team, we're absolutely delighted with the results here today. The Theatre Royal has given us some amazing evidence, some personal experiences, and a lot to take away with us. I'm pretty sure that this place is haunted.
It's said London is the most haunted city in Europe, but maybe it's the world.